Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing about the two-sum problem in Java. So in one of our previous video we have actually seen the solution to two-sum problem where we used a hash map. So in this video we will be looking into yet another approach to solve the two-sum problem. So before we start, in case if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you never miss any update. So here if you see, we are given an array of integers, let's say having different values 2, 11, 5, 10, 7, 8. Now the integers in this array are not repeated and we are also given a target, let's say 9. So in this problem we have to write a function where this array and this target will be given and we want to return a pair of numbers such that they add up to a specific target, which is 9. So here if you see, 2 plus 7 will give the value as 9, which is equal to our target. So we need to simply return 2 and 7 in a form of integer array. So let's move ahead and see the demonstration of this algorithm step by step. So here's the algorithm which we will be using to find the pair of numbers which is equal to our target. So the method name is toSum. It is taking in an array and a target and it is returning an integer array. So at the first step we usually call toSum method by passing in the array and the target is 9. So this method will start its execution. This is the array having values as 11, 2, 0, 10, 7 and 6. So these are 6 elements from index 0 to 5. And the target we are providing it as 9. So we want to find a pair of number such that if we sum them we get the value 9. Moving ahead. So here if you see, as these numbers are in random order, so in order to find the pair 2 and 7 which will be resulting to our target, we have to compare each element of this array to another element, but doing so will be the time consuming algorithm. So what we do in the first step is we try to sort this array. We will see its significance later. So after we sort this array, here you can see the elements are arranged in ascending order 0, 2, 6, 7, 10, 11. Moving ahead. Now we'll see the significance that why we sorted this array. So in order to solve this problem, what we actually do is we actually take two pointers. One is the left pointer and one is the right pointer. So the left pointer usually points to index 0 and the right pointer usually points to the last index of this array. So here if you see, we will be creating a variable left. We'll assign a value 0 to it. So this 0 signifies the index. So it would look something like this, that left is pointing to index 0. Moving ahead, we will create a right variable. We'll assign the value as array.length minus 1. So if you see array.length value is 6 and if we do minus 1 we'll get 5. So right will point to 5th index. Moving ahead. Now what we do is, as we want to return the pair, so we create a result array which will only take two values. So this is the result array. So by default the values will be 0, 0 because we are taking the integer array. Moving ahead. Now here we actually did two things. First we sorted the array in ascending order. Then we created two pointers left and right. Now what we do is we provide a while loop. And inside this while loop we provide a condition as left should be less than right. So here if you see, left is at 0th index and right is at 5th index. So left is less than right. Now using these 2 pointers, what we do is we try to find out the pair. So first number will be denoted by left and second number will be denoted by right. So these 2 pointers will help us in pointing both the pairs. So the condition is left should be less than right in the while loop. So at the start, this while loop will execute because left is less than right. Now at the first step, what we do is we take the value associated with the left pointer and with the right pointer, and as we want to find the pair sum, we usually do their sum. So here if you see, we do 11 plus 0, which will give us 11. So sum will be 11. Now what we do is we try to compare our sum with target to simply check that whether sum is equal to target or not. So here if you see, target is 9 and our sum is 11. So 11 is not equal to 9. It means this is not a valid sum. So basically when we do this comparison, there are 3 possibilities. Sum is equal to target, sum is less than target, or sum is greater than target. So sum is not equal to target, so the else part will be executed. And now here we will be checking whether sum is less than target or not. So here if you see, sum is 11 and target is 9. So 11 is not less than target. Now why we have provided this condition is because, so here if you see that when we sorted this array in ascending order, now the advantage will come into picture at these 2 steps. So if 11 is not equal to 9, which means sum is not equal to target. So there are 2 possibilities, either sum is less than target or sum is greater than target. So here currently 11 is greater than target, and as we have this array in sorted form in ascending order, we know that we need to reduce this sum by 2 or whatever value so that it is equal to 9. So we have 2 choices, either we traverse left this side or we go right this side. So here you can see, if we go left this side, we will get a value greater than 0, and if we go in this direction to right, we will get a value which is lesser than 11, and we want to reduce this sum. So here we can't go in this direction by moving left to this position, because in the next iteration when we will do sum, we will get 11 plus 2, which will give us 13. 2 and 11 will give us 13, and 13 is way more far than 9. So we have only one choice to make, that we reduce the sum by moving right into this direction. So here these are the 2 checks which we perform. So sum less than target, so this condition comes out to be false because sum value is 11 and target is 9. So the else part will be executed, where you will see the significance that why we are doing right minus minus, because we need to shift right to this position, which means from 5th index we need to move to 4th index. So we'll simply decrement value of right. So it would look something like this. Right becomes 4, and now it will point to the 4th index. I'll simply remove this. Now again our execution point will reach here. We will check whether left is less than right or not. So left is less than right, so the while loop will execute. We will again calculate the sum by taking in the values at left and at right pointers. So now our values would be 0 plus 10. So these are the values. It will give us a value of 10. So sum will become 10 now. We will compare sum to the target. So here we can see that sum is not equal to target. So the else part will be executed. We will again check whether sum is less than target or not. So here you can see 10 is greater than 9. So therefore this if condition will come out to be false, because we can't move left to right, because if we move left to right, then we'll get a value which will be more than 9, which is like 10 plus 2, which will give us 12, which will make us more far from the target. So what we do is we simply shift right by decrementing it by one position, because we know that as the array is sorted, if we move right to this position, we will get a number lesser than 10. So the else part will be executed. Now right will point to 3, which is the third index. We'll again check in the while loop whether left is less than right or not. So left is less than right. We'll again do the sum. So this time it would be 0 plus 7, which will give us value 7. So sum becomes 7. We compare sum with the target. So sum is not equal to target. Now again our else block will be executed. So here you can see now that sum is actually less than target. So initially sum was actually greater than target, so we moved right pointer in this direction because we wanted to decrease the actual sum, but now sum is actually less than target. So what we need to do is, if we move right again to this point, so when this while loop will execute again, we will get 6 plus 0, which is like we are going to a more lesser value than target. So if sum is less than target, we need to increase the sum so that we reach the target. So the only way we can increase the sum is by moving left to this point, because we know that here its value is 0 and this array is in ascending order. So whatever value we'll get after that will be greater than 0. So this condition is for that. So else if part will be executed and we'll simply increment left by one position. So left becomes 1. Now it will point to the first index. Moving ahead, we will check whether left is less than right or not. So left is less than right. We will take their sum at their respective indexes. So it will be 2 plus 7, which is 9. So sum will become 9. So friends, here you can see now sum is equal to target. So it means we have reached to a point where we can simply return this pair, because we have found a pair whose sum is equal to our target. So this if block will be executed because this condition came out to be true. So in the if part, what we do is, one value is 2. So we'll simply assign the value stored at left pointer to the 0th index of the result. So this 2 will come here, and then we'll simply assign the value stored as right pointer to the first index of result. So here 7 will come to the first index. So we have found our pair, which is, if we do the sum of 2 plus 7, we will get 9, which is the value equal to our target. So at the last step, we will simply return the result integer array. So friends, here you saw the significance that why we sorted the array. Because if the array is not sorted, then we need to compare each element with every other element. So this would have given us a time complexity of O of n square, which is not a good time complexity. So we actually sorted the array so that we know that the first element is the smallest and the last element is the largest. So when we do the sorting, we usually go to n log n time complexity, and then using this while loop, we simply do one iteration and we find the pair using this 2 pointers. Because as the numbers are sorted, left starts from here and right starts from here. And then we simply take these values stored at right and the left pointer, we do their sum and we try to compare it with our target. So if the sum is less than target, what we do is we simply shift left by one position. We simply moved right to this direction by incrementing or decrementing respective variables. So friends, I hope you have liked this video. In case if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you never miss any update. Thanks, have a nice day.